I tried to make gnocchi the other night. Did I tell you that? Gnocchi? You know what? This is basic. It just tasted like, just imagine what cookie dough would taste like minus everything that makes it taste good.
Hey, Bill Burr, what's going on? I heard your frustration on the podcast the other day with the subpar gnocchi videos online, so I made you one. So I think the big thing that a lot of recipes on the internet don't show is baking. Everyone's boiling it. It's wrong. Bake them. 375 for about an hour or so. Pull them out and let them cool for about 10 or 15 minutes. Hot potato. Grab a big stock pot and fill it up with a couple gallons of cold water and put it on the stove and get it heating. You're going to want it boiling when your pasta's all made and you're ready to put it in. A couple tablespoons of salt. So once they've cooled a bit, peel them. They peel really easily after 10-15 minutes. You're not going to burn your hands too much. Takes no time to peel them. But always peel them after you bake them. That's what they should look like. So that's a potato ricer. You probably have one. You get to work out your forearms here, squeezing these potatoes through that ricer, but it's the only way to go. You're not going to be left with gluey, kind of starchy potatoes like if you mash them or put them through a food mill. I use King Arthur all-purpose flour. Sprinkle it out on your working surface where you're going to roll them out, and then dump the riced potatoes right onto that. Form a crater in the middle of this big pile of riced potatoes and add your ingredients in. Put in about 1.5 cups of flour. You end up using, I don't know, maybe another 1/2 cup, something like that. Doesn't matter too much. You don't have to be that specific. It's pretty forgiving. 1 egg. And the way I mix it up, I just kind of, with my dainty little hands here, I poke at it and stir it up, mix it around. But I never really mix it too much as far as kind of blending it in. But I do stress, I want to stress here, I fold it a lot. I don't know, maybe 10 times. Never really poking or stirring or mixing it around, but I fold it. I always just fold it in half, twist it, fold it in half, twist it, just like I'm making pastry, biscuits, whatever. Kind of clump it together, organize it, fold it, and that's the thing. Keep folding it. I think you can probably overdo it, but you'll know. I think you'll know. You want it to look like this, kind of a dough ball. Not too wet, not too dry. Look at it hop there, huh? So I let it sit 5 minutes, and I'm just kind of doing other things here. And I use a spatula. You can use a bench scraper. That's what a lot of people use, but I just use this old spatula that I have. Works fine. Knife, anything, kind of. I cut it up into eighths, looks like. Roll them out to a uniform or relatively uniform kind of snake tube. Doesn't matter. They don't have to be perfect. Don't worry too much about getting it, in the same thickness. These are for you after all. Once I've chopped up the snake here, I toss it with a little bit of flour, and it's important to be really light, kind of light with your touch here. They're very delicate. They're kind of soft and delicate. I toss them with the flour because they'll stick together. I've made gnocchi many, many times this way, and I've literally never had a bad batch. There's variations each time, but they're always good. They're always light and fluffy. I think the difference here is baking. I think that's the big key. Instead of boiling potatoes, you bake them. You just practice it. You do it a few times, and you own it. It's a nice thing to be able to bang these out. You make a big batch, put them in the freezer, and save them. Once you got a gentle boil, you just put them all in at once. And here, this process is about 4 minutes for the whole thing. So put them in, and then they'll start to pop up. It's kind of cool. They'll start to pop up, and that's really about a minute, minute and a half. And then I let them sit in there. It's not boiling. It's brought the temperature down. Let them sit there another minute, and then just scoop them out onto a drying rack and let them air dry for a spell, 10, 15 minutes. This is what you got. Pillowy little delights. Well, there you go, Billy Batali. I think if you can make a pie crust, you can make this no problem. Hope you find it useful.